YouTube, what's good? In this video we're going to go ahead and do a nice mid fade, and we're also going to be throwing in a nice part on the side. My client has been wanting me to do a video on him, so what better time than now? So we're going to go ahead and get him super fresh and put him on YouTube. Alright you guys, so for his haircut we are going to go ahead and leave the curls on top. So what I always like to do is go ahead and section off the top from the side. That way I am not cutting any of the curls off and just strictly focusing on the fade part. So right now, like I said, I'm basically just going to be sectioning off the top and getting it ready to fade. Alright, so now here I do have my trimmers. It doesn't really matter what trimmers you guys are using, just as long as they're trimmers. But here I am setting in my bald guideline, and since I do want to leave a nice part on the other side, I typically do want to keep the fade kind of low. That way the fade isn't too high and you won't really be able to see the part. So I am going to keep the fade a little bit low, so I am going to be dropping it once I get over that ear. And then also just keep in mind that you guys are knocking every single hair off when you guys are going in with the trimmers. Alright, so just to make this a real bald fade, I am using my Andis Pro Foil shaver just to go ahead and clean up the bottom. Alright, so now I'm actually switching over to my Wall 5-star cordless senior, and I do have my 1.5 guard on there, and this guard I'm basically just going to be using to remove the bulk on the side. And yes, I do have my lever all the way open, which is basically pretty much a number 2. I typically like using the 1.5 guard just because it's still pretty short and it's not as long as the number 2. So yeah, with this guard we're just going to be removing the bulk, and keep in mind that you do want to keep that same shape as the first guideline. So you do want to arch it once you get over the ear and drop it once you get to the back. Alright, so here I did end up removing my guards, and I have no guard on my clipper, and all I do is with the lever all the way open, I'm gonna go ahead and create a new guideline at the very bottom by going up about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. It all really just depends on how much room you guys have to work with. So depending on your model, you could either go up 1/2 inch or 1 inch. But here lately I have been using my T-outliners just to go ahead and help me blend out the bottom line. I found this technique being really useful for it, just because sometimes it really is hard to get that bottom line, but by bumping it up with the T-outliner, it just makes it that much easier. You're basically trying to like taper the bottom line with the T-outliner. But here I do have my Wall 5-star cordless senior with the lever all the way closed, and we're going to start to blend out that bottom line by going up about 1/4 inch. So now I went ahead and opened the lever halfway, and then we're going to go ahead and finish blending out that bottom line. Now here, I don't know why, but I always like to go with the lever all the way open one more time. I just feel like I clean it up just a little bit more if I ended up missing any hairs. I always like to go back and do that same step. So now here I'm actually switching over to my 1/2 guard, and again, starting with the lever all the way open, we're going to go ahead and create a new guideline by going up about 1/2 inch. So now here what I did was I closed the lever just a little bit to where it's halfway, and we're gonna start to lighten up the line little by little. And now here I actually closed the lever all the way, and then just using the corners and hitting the little spots where I think is needed just to get rid of that bottom line completely, we're gonna go ahead and flick out the bottom line. Now here I have my number 1 guard with the lever all the way open, and we're going to go ahead and continue to blend up and create a new guideline by going up about 1/2 inch. Now here with the lever all the way closed, I'm going to go ahead and finish blending out that bottom line. Alright, now here I'm bringing back the number 1.5 guard, now this time with the lever all the way closed, and basically what I'm going to be doing here is just getting the sides ready to go ahead and go in with the clipper over comb, just to blend in the sides with the top. Now here I will be using the clipper over comb to blend in the sides. And using the clipper over comb, I find it really useful on any type of haircut that you guys are trying to blend in short to long hair and not trying to use as many guards, and really is going to be saving you guys a lot of time. So if you guys aren't really comfortable with using the clipper over comb, I mean, I'm always using the clipper over comb with the lever all the way open, but if you guys aren't too confident with the clipper over comb yet, I mean, another way you guys could do it is throw in a guard onto your clipper. I would suggest starting off with like a 1.5 or even a 1 guard. That way you guys aren't cutting too much hair at once, and you guys are going little by little just to go ahead and get confident with the clipper over comb. Now here for the lineup, I will be using the cordless T outliners, and as far as the lineup goes, you guys, I mean, the lineup is, I feel like, the hardest part of the haircut. Make sure you guys take your guys' time on this because it is really important to get it as perfect as you guys can, because the last thing the client wants is to have a messed up lineup. So yeah, really take your guys' time on this. I mean, try to keep it as natural as possible, but also try to make it crispy at the same time. So now here, as you guys can see, I am spraying down my client down with some water, and that's basically just to reactivate the curls, get them nice and curly. And I will be adding some product to his hair, and the product I will be using is just some regular Elegance gel. I mean, you guys could use that Johnny B stuff. It really doesn't really matter. All you really want to do is just apply the product in there and just crunch the hair. So now lately I've been using this diffuser right here that I just apply onto my blow dryer. I find that whenever I use this, it really defines the curl. It makes the curl really stand out and makes the curl look really nice and full. So now that I dried his hair off, I will be using the 10-inch shears just to go around the entire head, just to help me blend in the side. That way I don't have any layover hairs on the side getting into the fade. I also like using shears to blend in the curls just because it looks a lot more natural than me actually going in with the clipper over comb or just using the flat out clippers. But that is pretty much the haircut, you guys. I really hope you guys liked it, and if you guys did, please hit that thumbs up. It really does help out this video. But if you guys are new to my channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to check me out on Instagram at jzepetothebarber. But it was a pleasure, you guys, and then I'll see you guys on the next one.